Hey, everybody on Facebook. Hey, everybody on Zoom. You are watching the soundtrack to your Seder table with Rabbi Hammerman and Cantor Marcos of the Jewish Community Center of Harrison. Thank you for joining us. Who are you, Rabbi?
I'm Moses. Who else? Or Miriam?
And I'm the bad guy, as usual.
No.
I'm the bad guy.
No.
And, so we're going to take you through the Seder, right, Rabbi?
Yeah, we're going to take you straight through the Seder. Let's start with the order of the Seder. We can't do it if we don't do it in order. Bring it to us.
Okay. Kadesh urchatz karpas yachatz magid rachza motzi matza maror korech shulchan orech tzafon barech halel nirtza tzafon barech halel nirtza.
So I wanted to share something that one of my rabbi friends sent along today. And she wrote, first I need to teach you a word, shvach. Can everyone say shvach?
Shvach.
Shvach. Shvach. Shvach means weak. It means pathetic. And the title of what she wrote was, you're allowed this year to have a shvach Seder. And she writes, I'm here for anyone who accepts me as a pastoral guide to give you rabbinic permission and psychological authorization, which may be more important, as follows. You're allowed to have a shvach Seder. You don't need to set up a multimedia, multi-layered presentation on Zoom. You don't need to cook 17 different dishes to remind you of all the family members who you're not gathering with. You don't need to do all the cool things that people are suggesting for small Seders. You don't need to compile an, in these times, themed Haggadah or Seder supplement. All of us are living through an international pandemic. For all the support you have, for all the jokes people are making, for all the new Torah that's being learned, we're all experiencing a difficult time within the space of our home and within our lives. If you want to do any of the maximalist things that we talked about just a moment ago, great. But if you don't, it's totally fine to cook a modest meal, put together whatever you can for a Seder plate at the last minute, get up to make salt water when it's time to dip the karpas because you forgot. Make decisions on the fly about how much to talk. Light the candles, bless the wine and the holiday, eat the symbols, talk about some things, read some things, be energized or be tired. Do things you never did before because what an opportunity to have an intimate Seder, or do the minimum. Go to sleep knowing you fulfilled your obligation. You don't have to make up for the Seder you're not having or the Seder you wish you could have. Do this year's Seder, however that works for you this year. Do your best to keep yourself and your family healthy. That's most important. Dayenu, that's more than enough. That's the right attitude. That's the attitude that we should all have this year, especially on Pesach. Cantor Marcos, I wanted to take a moment and put on Facebook the words of the probably the most important song from our family Haggadah that my mother-in-law came up with. I'm going to copy this into the chat right now.
Yeah, copy it into the comments and then we'll sing it.
I can put it right into Facebook, right? I'm sorry that folks on Zoom aren't going to see it, but c'est la vie.
And if you have a favorite memory from your Passover table or a favorite song you used to sing, let us know in the comments. Interact with us. One of us will see it. If I'm not playing piano, I'll see it. If Rabbi's not talking, he'll see it. And we'll try to include as many of those as we can. Let us know your favorite Passover memory.
All right, the words are up, and the song, of course, is "Take Me Out to the Seder."
Oh yes, take me out to the Seder. Take me out with the crowd. Feed me on matzah and chicken legs. I don't care for those hard-boiled eggs, and it's root for Elijah. Then he will soon reappear, and it's hope that we'll meet once again next year. Take me out to the Seder. Take me out to the crowd. Read the Haggadah and don't skip a word. Please hold your talking. We want to be here. Let's root for the leader. and he will finish his spiel so we can nosh, and by gosh, let's eat the meal.
Very nice, very nice. So
Thanks, Rabbi.
Manishana, my mother-in-law will be so grateful that we sung this. Maybe she's even watching tonight. Bubby, are you there? I don't know if she's on. Manishana, of course, is what we've all been taught our whole lives. That's for the kids. The youngest children are supposed to ask the 4 questions because the Seder is the quintessential pedagogic tool. We teach much better sitting around a table that's simple, as any teacher knows, than sitting in front of a classroom with a simple blackboard. These days they're called whiteboards. But in my family, as the kids got older and older, none of us really wanted to ask the 4 questions anymore. So the last good number of years of my grandfather's life, Rabbi Hammerman of blessed memory, Grandpa Joe, we used to call him. That wasn't really his name. But Grandpa Joe, we used to ask him to do Manishtana. He grew up on the Lower East Side, but all of his malamdim, all of his teachers, Jews from Eastern Europe. So he had a very thick accent in how he spoke Hebrew. Manishtana halayla hayseh, halayla hays, shebechol halayla haysaynu echlim, hametzu matzah, halayla hazeh, kulo matzah. The people on the Zoom recognize this as that's how Jews sounded once upon a time. Hi, good hearts. Nice to see all of you guys. Do you have your tune for that, Cantor?
I do, and I think it's the one everybody knows. So maybe we can sing along. And if you are on Zoom and you're muted, sing really loud, and maybe Rabbi will unmute you for just a second. Ma nishtana halayla hazeh mikol haleilot, mikol haleilot, shebechol haleilot anu matpilim afilu pa'am echad, halayla hazeh shetzeh Amim, halayla hazeh, shetefe amim, shebechol halelot, anu ochlim chametzu matah, halayla hazeh, kulo matah, halayla hazeh, kulo matah, shebechol halelot anu ochlim she'ar yerakon, halayla hazeh, baror, halayla hazeh, maror, shebechol halelot anu ochlim ben yoshvinu ben mesuvim, halayla hazeh, kulan mesuvim, halayla hazeh, kulanu mesuvim.
That was awesome. That sounded just like
Yes, bravo to all of you for singing.
After people on Zoom are really psyched. So this is when we get to the interaction, one of the interactive portions of the evening. I'd like to invite everybody to get their chat fingers ready, whether it's on Facebook or on Zoom, because V'hisha Amda is all about acknowledging God's commitment to our survival. And V'hisha Amda, the translation of it is, this promise has stood out for our parents and for us, for not just one enemy against us to wipe us out, but in every generation. There have been those who've stood against us to wipe us out. Before we can get into the liberation, the redemption that comes later in the Seder, we have to remember the bad straits that we've been in as a people, the bad straits we're in right now. So I'd like us to take a moment and write something that is really bothering them right now about this whole experience that we're all living collectively. It's okay to write it because we're gonna be liberated from it in a few minutes. So in the chat on Zoom or here on Facebook, why don't you take a minute and write something about something that you are really bothered by at this stage of our collective lives.
Ellie Deichman, my old Chevra buddy from when we used to sing together and tour the world, wrote, I knew we should have worn costumes. Yeah, you should have. And it's not too late. Not too late. Go run to your closet. Get out whatever you have. Hey, Zalman and David.
All right. Anyone writing in?
Justin. Hey, Justin. Oh, my goodness. Blast from the past. Hey, Justin.
Some of us are worried about the elderly being isolated on their own, especially someone's mother, that's James Levi. And someone else is waking up each day not knowing if they'll have the virus in the morning. Let's keep typing as Cantor Marco sings V'hisha Amda.
V'hisha Amda Lavoteinu V'hisha Amda Lavoteinu Velanu Shelo Echad Bilvad Amad Aleinu Lechalotenu Amad Aleinu Lechalotenu Ve'akadosh Baruch Hu Matilenu Meyada Ve'akadosh Baruch Hu Matilenu Meyada Meyada Ve'akadosh Baruch Hu Matzilenu Meyadam
Thank you. Thank you, Cantor Marcos. That's beautiful. Hopefully we'll be able to overcome all of these things that are troubling us, if not in the immediate next few days, certainly in the weeks and months to come. And by then we'll be able to say Dayenu, giving thanks for all the good that we've been given. You know, I was studying Dayenu not too long ago, and I realized that everything that we give thanks to God for taking us out of Egypt, for dividing the Red Sea, for giving us manna, for giving us the Torah, all those things happened before the year 1000 BCE. So they're all really old. And Rabbi Stephen Greenberg wrote a list of things that we should be thankful for that are much more contemporary. And he wrote this on the anniversary of the State of Israel, giving thanks that God gave us leaders to make the dream a reality, and the United Nations partition vote in 1947, and defeating our attackers in 1948, and unifying Jerusalem in 1967, and giving us shalom, giving us peace with Egypt and with Jordan, and filling the land with children from all over the world, and causing the desert to bloom, and building cities and towns, and rescuing our brothers from Arab lands, and Jews from Russia, and our people from Ethiopia, and planted in our hearts a covenant of one people, Dayenu. There's so much to give thanks for.
Ilu Hotzianu Mimitzrayim Mimitzrayim Dayenu 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 Ilu Hotzianu Mimitzrayim Dayenu 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 Natalano etatora Natalano etatora Dayenu. Everybody, Dayenu 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 One more time now. Die, Dayenu, die, Dayenu, die, Dayenu, Dayenu, Dayenu.
We're taught b'chol dor vador that in every single generation we're supposed to identify with the Exodus. Every human being in every era and every year on every single day, said the Hasidic Rabbi Nachman of Breslov. And at the Seder, we're supposed to take a little tour through Jewish history and think about different periods in Jewish history where we haven't been free or we haven't been able to do what we want. Now, as global citizens right now, none of us are completely free of fear. Some of us are stuck at home. Some people are very worried. Many of us are very worried about jobs and about threats to our health. But at the same time, we're also still thankful that this is a virus that's not attacking Jews. It's not looking at us just because we're Jewish. It's something on the whole face of the earth. And it's different from other periods in our history as Jews when we've been targeted just because we are Jews. B'chol dor vador.
בכל דור ודור, בכל דור ודור, חייב אדם לראות את עצמו. בכל דור ודור, בכל דור ודור, חייב אדם לראות את עצמו. כולו יצא ממצרים שנאמר, לא יצא ממצרים שנאמר. בכל דור ודור חייב אדם לראות את עצמו. בכל דור ודור חייב אדם לראות את עצמו. כולו יצא ממצרים שנאמר, כולו יצא ממצרים שנאמר, ידע שנאמר.
When we talk about the Exodus, that's beautiful. I'd never heard that tune. That's gorgeous.
Me neither. I just made it up on the spot because I forgot the tune, so I had to go with whatever was in my brain at the moment. You like it? We now have it archived, and everybody can sing it at their Seder. How does it go? Do you remember?
Nope. Did you just sing something? The tune we sing at home goes like this. B'chol dor vador chayav adam lirot et atzmo kiluhu yatsa mimitzrayim. Do you know that one too?
Yes, but you sing it a lot better than I do, and I love it.
That's really nice. Hey, Roberta Ordover just put up a comment. Her favorite Pesach memory, Bobby, the first time she heard Jeremy chant the 4 questions. Yes, that was very exciting. Last year, Jeremy, when you did that for the first time. I think Jeremy's 47. No. It was much longer ago. I was saying a moment ago about the Exodus. When we talk about the Exodus, we think about the Exodus from Egypt, but the Exodus was also a name given to a boat. The Exodus was formerly a boat called the SS President Warfield. I don't know who President Warfield was, but it was the name of a boat that served our military in the invasion of Europe at Normandy in 1944. It returned to the United States and was retrofitted and purchased by the Jewish Agency for Palestine, eventually the Jewish Agency for Israel, and renamed it the Exodus 1947. It went to Europe and picked up 4,554 Jewish refugees from DP camps in Europe. However, you may know the story, the British intercepted the Haganah ship, deported it from Haifa back to Germany, as the world media played up the fate that even these victims of the Holocaust were denied a safe haven in the Jewish homeland. Said Teddy Kollek, mayor of Jerusalem, years later, "In my opinion, no single action, either political or military, had as much impact as illegal immigration, quote unquote, on the decision of the British to relinquish Palestine. The picture of these refugees on the deck of the Exodus became ingrained in the consciousness of people everywhere." Now, I wanted to share a quick story from my last year in Temple Beth Shalom up in Mahopac, New York. You can do a lot of things, more crazy things, once you've quit your job. So I did a crazy thing up there that's probably in my top 5 memories of my whole rabbinic career. It was a windy Sunday morning, and we decided just before Israel's Independence Day to reenact the story of the Exodus, not the Pesach story, the Exodus that took place in Europe. So we brought all the kids to one side of Lake Mayapak. Mayapak was a lake, you remember. It has a big lake in the middle of town. And everyone in the congregation who has a boat, and there were a lot of people up there with boats, met us at the dock. And we sailed across Lake Mayapak as if it were the Mediterranean Sea. We had the Coast Guard Auxiliary manned by our shaliach, who was British at the time, playing the role of the Royal Navy. And he went and tried to intercept every boat. He did not succeed. All the boats were able to get away from him. And then just like they did on the shores of Palestine in 1947, all the kids had to jump off the boat into the lake in the cold, really cold, windy water, come ashore, and very quickly plant trees and put up tents to show that they had established a homeland in the land of Israel. Actually, it wasn't the land of Israel yet. Well, it was the land of Israel, but it wasn't the country of Israel yet. Good memories from that time. If anybody wants, I've got a nice slideshow, even still, of those great days. But B'tzeit Yisrael, the Exodus from Egypt.
B'tzeit Yisrael mitzrayim, Beit Yaakov me'am lo'ez. B'tzeit Yisrael mitzrayim, Beit Yaakov me'am lo'ez. Hayta Yehuda lekodsho, Yisrael mamshelotav. Hayam ra'ayanos, Hayarden yisov le'achor, He'arim ragdu chelim gebaot, Kibnei tzon, B'tzeit Yisrael mitzrayim, Beit Yaakov me'am lo'ez. B'tzeit Yisrael mitzrayim, Beit Yaakov me'am lo'ez.
Towards the end of the Seder now. We're not going to keep you all night. You'll have that next week. Beautiful comment, by the way, up on the screen from Joanna about her favorite Pesach memory when she used to sing with her grandfather Spanish and Ladino songs. Hi, good hearts. Everyone's waving here. We get towards the end of the Seder. We take this big cup, this big cup called Elijah's cup. A Hasidic Rebbe, Naftali Tzvi Horowitz, used to invite all the participants of the Seder in order of their place at the table to pour from their cups into the big Elijah's cup, Kos Eliyahu. This symbolizing everyone's need to make their own personal contribution to awaken the divine forces of redemption by beginning with human efforts. I hope that you'll consider that custom in your home too, everyone contributing to Elijah's cup, and maybe in your homes you also have Miriam's cup. You can do that.
Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu Agiladi, Bimhera ve'yameinu yavo eleinu, Moshiach ben David, Moshiach ben David, let's sing together. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu Agiladi, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Agiladi, Bimehera yavo eleinu, Moshiach ben David, Bimehera yavo eleinu, Moshiach ben David,
That's a Yeshiva Boy tune. Right?
You know, my parents didn't pay tuition for nothing. See, there you go. Thank you. I learned a song wherever you are. mommy, Poppy. I'm sure they're watching because
Here, she was here. She was somewhere.
Who else is going to watch our videos? Look, I brought frogs. Okay.
Hey, frogs.
They're from China, but they still count. This kind of kosher frog.
Just as long as you didn't bring a bat from China. Oh, you know the frogs.
Wait, am I supposed to do something? You're supposed to do something now.
No, I was going to ask you if you wanted to do that. We didn't plan this, but you want to give us a little bit of frog song?
Yeah. One morning when Pharaoh woke in his bed, there were frogs in his bed and frogs on his head, frogs on his nose and frogs on his toes. Frogs here, frogs there, frogs were jumping everywhere.
Nice. So if you wanted to do a little bit of Hallel, Hallel is all about giving thanks. We sing Hallel, we pray Hallel on all of our festivals, on Pesach, on Sukkot, on Shavuot, on Rosh Chodesh, on Simchat Torah, on Shmini Atzeret, on Hanukkah, on Purim. I don't know. Do we do Hallel on Purim? I can't remember.
No, I'm not a rabbi.
Oh, I don't remember. I think we do Hallel on Purim too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do. Betsy Bernstein, good comment here. Worried that Elijah won't be here due to social distancing.
He's got access to Purell, Betsy.
Or just don't come in. Stay 6 feet away there, Elijah. You want to give us a little bit of Hallel tunes?
Yes. Now, many of you know that my ancestry is Sephardic on my dad's side. Rabbi, how do Syrians sing? It's not a trick question.
How do they sing? I don't know. How does Syrians sing?
It's all from here. Yeah. You go to Deal. You should know.
All I know is that and Lahmacun.
Lahmacun. Oh, all right. When the holiday is over, we'll get non-kosher for Passover Lahmacun. And when the quarantine is over, so we can actually go like shopping and stuff. All right. So this is from Halal Odecha Ki Ani Tani. I will thank you because you answered me. This is the song I grew up singing every time we did Halal in our Syrian shul, in our Syrian synagogue in Brooklyn, New York. Odecha ki ani tani vatei nishua. Odecha ki ani tani vatei nishua. Even masu abonim ayeta lerosh pina. Even masu abonim ayeta lerosh Bina me'etadonai ha'etazot hi niflad be'yeru ze hayom asa Adonai nagila benismecha vo ze hayom asa Adonai nagila benismecha vo Yata ve'odeka Elohai aromemeka Eliyata ve'odeka Elohai aromemeka.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You know, the Seder, take a drink. The Seder is all about doing things in order. But a couple years ago, we decided to do a Loba Seder, a not order, a Seder that wasn't in order. And when we did that, we decided there's so many. It's okay, good hearts. It's okay, Liam. We decided to flip around the order of the Seder because there's so many great songs at the very end. And some years we lose steam. Some of you may do the same. You may lose steam in the Seder and not have all the energy that you need to keep singing until the very end. So a couple years ago, we moved all of the songs up to the very beginning. And after we ate our karpas, after we ate our vegetables, we decided we had like a half-hour sing fest. And it was really fun to do that. Last year, you may remember, some of you were at the Shul Seder. We had an after party over at our house and lit up the fire pit with roasting marshmallows. And we did some more of these really fun songs. We were hoping to do it again this year, but next year. So the first of the concluding songs at the end of the Haggadah is Kilo Na'eh, and many songs and many poems and even many prayers in Jewish tradition are alphabetical. Why are they alphabetical? Anyone know? Anyone want to guess? If you raise your hand, we'll call on you. We can unmute. Why are things alphabetical? Because they were competing with each other. And a long time ago, they didn't know how to compete with each other in too many ways. So one of the ways they competed with each other was to see who can write the best songs and the best poetry and the best prayers. And they would do that by writing them in alphabetical order or alphabetical order. This song Kilo Nae doesn't really have any connection to Pesach, but it entered our Haggadah in like the 12th century as a popular religious song, and starts with Adir and then goes to Bachor and then goes to Gedudov, alphabet order, Kilo Nae. You got a tune for it, Cantor?
I do, but there are some songs that I can't quite do justice to, and so I'm going to share my screen here, and you're going to listen to the way this song was meant to be sung by Cantor Moshe Oisher.
Oh boy, I love Moshe Oisher. Who doesn't love Moshe Oisher?
Can you hear it?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. All right, we're going to try this one more time. There we go. Here we go. You can't hear it on Zoom, sorry. That's how you sing.
That's that guy. If you don't know Moshe Oisher, you can write this down. Moshe, M-O-S-H-E, and Oisher, O-Y-S-H-E-R. Can you say anything? Do you remember his years? Was he the 1920s and 30s? Do you know when he was doing his thing?
I don't know exactly. That recording sounds like it's probably from the 50s. You can probably figure out a lot faster than I can because you have quick typing fingers.
Cantor and Yiddish theater actor. So that was before that. Let's see. Born in 1906 in Russia, died in, he died in New Rochelle in 1958. Who knew? One of the most entertaining chazanim ever recorded. It says right here on Wikipedia, pre-Cantor Marcos Ashkenazi. I see. It was before the Ashkenazi era. But before that, he was one of the most entertaining. His grandfather sang folk songs and work songs to his students, and he really took off and was amongst the most popular cantors and entertainers during the peak of his career. Let's go on to the next song at the end of the Haggadah, Adir Hu, Mighty is God, another alphabetical song in 15th century Germany. Yet another one where they basically say all kinds of good things about God, but in alphabetical order. Adir Hu.
Adir Hu, Yivnei Beita Bekaro, Bimeiro, Bimheiro, V'yameinu Bekaro, El B'nei Beitcha Bekaro, El B'nei Beitcha Bekaro.
By the way, what's that about? It's about, hopefully, if we say nice things about God, we'll get the third temple rebuilt. There's only one problem with rebuilding the third temple. There's sort of a huge mosque on the exact spot where some people want to rebuild the third temple. So I don't know about translating the song. Let's just sing it in Hebrew and pretend we don't know what it means. All right, let's unmute everyone, because Echad Mi Yodea, and we can do this on Facebook too, is a great chance to have some interaction. So before we sing it, I actually want to know, Shalosh Mi Yodea. Who knows what 3 is? Well, 3 are the fathers. Who are the fathers? Anyone want to tell us? Who are the fathers?
No.
Anyone know? Liam doesn't know.
I don't know.
You don't know? I tried to unmute everyone. Unmute all. Let's go. All right. Who knows who are the fathers?
Abraham,
Good. Keep going.
Isaac,
Good.
Jacob.
All right. You get extra charotza, Joan.
Is
Who
that
knows
Joan
the mothers?
Brustman? Okay.
Yes, it is. It's Joan Bruston.
Hey,
Who
Joan.
knows the mothers? Who are the mothers? Someone else.
Miriam,
No.
Sarah.
Good.
Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel.
That sounds familiar.
Thank you,
There's
Cantor.
one more.
Anyone know? Leah. Leah, very good.
I said
Okay.
Leah, you didn't hear me.
Okay. What are the 5 books of the Torah in English and in Hebrew? Anyone want to try?
Say it again.
5 books of the Torah.
Bereshit.
Breshit, Shemot. Good job. You know that in English?
No.
All right. Genesis.
Oh, that was Deb.
That was Deb. Sure it was.
For sure.
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. And finally, who knows the 10 plagues? Anyone want to try it?
Vermin, blood, frogs, darkness.
No, darkness is nice.
I can't do it out of order.
Blood,
Blood,
frogs,
frogs.
locust, lice,
Yes. Cattle plague. Boils.
disease,
Hail.
fire.
Locusts.
That was fire. I think.
Darkness. And death of the firstborn. Is there a tune for the song, Marcos?
Can you mute everybody on Zoom because it's feeding back into my ear and all I hear are people talking and cooking their dinner. Echad ani yodea, Echad ani yodea, Echad Eloheinu, 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 Sheba Shamayim Uvaretz. שניים אני יודע, שניים אני יודע, שני לוחות הברית, אחד אלוהינו, 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 שבשמיים ובארץ, נומרו 3, שלושה, אני יודע, שלושה, אני יודע, 3 אבות, 2 לוחות הברית, אחד אלוהינו, 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 שבשמיים ובארץ. Number 4, 4, אני יודע, 4, אני יודע, 4 אמהות, 3 אבות, 2 לוחות הברית, אחד אלוהינו, 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 שבשמיים ובארץ. 5, אני יודע, 5, אני יודע, 5 חומשי תורה, 4 אמהות, 3 אבות, 2 לוחות הברית, אחד אלוהינו, 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 שבשמיים ובארץ. Number 6, 6, אני יודע, 6, אני יודע, 6 סדרי משנה, 5 חומשי תורה, 4 אמהות, 3 אבות, 2 לוחות הברית, אחד אלוהינו, 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 שבשמיים ובארץ. 7 מי יודע, 7 אני יודע, 7 ימי שבת, 9 סדרי משנה, 5 חומשי תורה, 4 אמהות, 3 אבות, 2 לוחות הברית, אחד אלוהינו, 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 שבשמיים ובארץ. I can't go much faster than this. 8 אני יודע, 8 אני יודע, 8 ימי מילה, 7 ימי שבת, 6 סדרי משנה, 5 חומשי תורה, 4 אמהות, 3 אבות, 2 לוחות הברית, 9 מי יודע, 9 אני יודע, 9 חודשי לידה, 8 ימי מילה, 7 ימי שבת, 6 סדרי משנה, 5 חומשי תורה, 4 אמהות, 3 אבות, 2 לוחות הברית.
Go to 12.
12. Oh my God! I thought there were 10 of them. See? Oh no, of course there's not 10 of them. That would be so
13.
Oh, thank you. Otherwise, we would be here till Pesach. 13 מי יודע, 13 אני יודע, 13 מידיה 12 שיטה 11 ובעזר דיונה 9 11 8 ימי מידה 7 ימי שבת 16 משעה 5 40 עוד 3 ועוד 2 לכל הברית אחד אלוהינו שבשמיים ובארץ.
Nice. All right. Our third to last song, Chad Gadya, just one kid. There's a assignment that we give out in my family right before the Seder. Everyone has to make a noise according to one of the sentences of Chad Gadya. You said you had a surprise, Cantor Marcos. Is it by chance a goat?
No, I do not have a live goat, although that is something you would definitely do, and I think you're probably known for. But what I do have is the right way to sing Chad Gadya, the right way. Because there is a right way. And this is it.
Oh, nice. Lemmer. Shulem Lemmer. He's...
My favorite part. All right.
I don't know how that guy makes that noise so quickly with his lips. He's really amazing.
Oh, it's
Shulem Lemmer.
Yeah, who can sing that fast? Anyway.
Who can sing that?
So the Seder.
So the year I lived in Israel, I came back being really good at making the cow sound. Cows don't actually say moo. They say more like. And so every year when it's the ox's turn to come up in Chad Gadya, my ima makes sure that it's me. L'shana haba b'Yerushalayim, next year in Jerusalem. Now, why do we say that? We've been saying that for generations. It started out, of course, when all of the Israelites would come together in Jerusalem for Passover. Passover was the first of the pilgrimage holidays in the spring. Passover, Shavuot, and then Sukkot in the fall. And everybody would walk up together. Now it's become more of a Zionist hope that we can all return to Jerusalem. I'll say this year, I'm going to say next year, b'Yerushalayim o b'yachad. L'shana haba, b'Yerushalayim o b'yachad. I don't really care if I'm in Jerusalem next year for Pesach. I just want all of us to be able to be together with our extended families, with our friends, with our congregational Seder. Everything we want to be able to do together, hopefully will be able to happen next year in Jerusalem, or frankly, I'll take it next year in Harrison.
L'shana haba, b'Yerushalayim, l'shana haba, b'Yerushalayim, hallelujah. L'shana haba, b'Yerushalayim, hallelujah. L'shana haba, l'shana haba, l'shana haba, b'Yerushalayim, l'shana haba, l'shana haba, l'shana haba, b'Yerushalayim, l'shana haba. Yerushalayim, hallelujah. L'shana haba, Yerushalayim, hallelujah. Lashana Haba, Birushalayim, Lashana Haba, Birushalayim, Lashana Haba, Birushalayim, Lashana Haba, Birushalayim, Hamnuya, Lashana Haba, Birushalayim, Lashana Haba, Birushalayim, Lashana Haba, Birushalayim, Birushalayim, Hallelujah.
That was beautiful. That was really fun. We end the Seder with Hatikva, with hope as the anthem of the State of Israel, the national anthem. But every year we also let the Seder stick to our hearts. Redemption, freedom, safety, liberation. This year more than ever. We always say that. But this year more than ever, we feel a need for hope. And hopefully this evening gave you a little bit of it, that it's going to be okay. We're going to be okay. These are scary days, but it's really going to be okay. We're going to get through this, all of us together. We've built beautiful communities, even in these difficult times, and we're going to keep building them. We're going to thank our doctors. We're going to support our doctors, and we're going to make sure that we can look forward to Pesach again next year. If you're sitting down, you can stretch your legs, stand up. Let's sing Hatikva together with Cantor Marcos.
Lord, balevav benima nefesh yehudi omida lefatei mizrach kadima ayin letzion tovia oh Lord. Eretz Zion Yerushalayim Liot Am Chofshi Eretz Zion Yerushalayim.
Well, Cantor, thank you for a beautiful rendition of the highlights of the Seder. You're welcome to my house any year but this year. And I know the same thing. Tomorrow morning, you're welcome to join us for morning services. Cantor Marcos is leading at 8 a.m. Then our fantastic rabbinic intern, Steve Axon, is leading a color-coded key to the Passover Haggadah at 10 a.m. I'm studying the Torah portion, this week's Torah portion at 11 o'clock. And then 1 p.m., special recipes for charoset with our own chef, Lori Perlman. 6 p.m. Kabbalat Shabbat Friday evening services. Right, Cantor?
Yes, but that's preceded at 4 o'clock by Shabbat for Kids with me, right here on Facebook and on YouTube. That's at 4, and then 6 o'clock is the traditional Kabbalat Shabbat with Rabbi Hammerman and me.
Okay. It was really fun to be with everybody. Thanks for coming. Have a great Pesach. But first, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Cantor.
I changed the key. Leshana haba, leshana haba, leshana haba, Yerushalayim. Leshana haba, leshana haba, leshana haba, Yerushalayim. Leshana haba, Yerushalayim. Hallelujah. Leshana haba, Yerushalayim. Hallelujah. Leshana haba, Yerushalayim. Hallelujah. Leshana haba, Yerushalayim. Hallelujah.
Thank you. Cantor Marcos, save the clip so we can post it online, okay?
You got it. Thanks, everybody. Hey, thanks everybody on Zoom. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.
Shabbat
Good night,
Shalom.
everybody.